Hello, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? Some things of note before I start the video very quickly. My back already hurts and I just started recording. I have a color changing light right here. Let me know if you like it, how you feel about it. I can either have it in more videos or never have it again. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I cannot change the speed that it's going at, so what it's going at is what it's going at, but yeah. This entire video is going to be soft-spoken. This little hair is annoying me. This entire video is going to be soft-spoken. I'm going to be talking about books. So I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. 8 books that I've read in the book I'm currently reading. And they're just the last 8 books that I own that I read. So I'm gonna start them going from the latest book I read to the farthest away book that I read. So the descriptions are gonna get worse as the video goes on, but that's okay. That's okay. This is 100% inspired by a video I just watched from my friend Zaylee. Their YouTube page is Z Loves, like L-U-V-S, Z Loves Reading. They don't make ASMR content, they just make bookish content, but yeah. So let's get to it. Okay, the book I'm currently reading, I'm going to do first. This is from my library, so I don't own it, but I wanted to talk about it. It is Dragon Fruit by Makia Lucier, I believe. It is a YA fantasy. It might be new adult. The characters are like 18 and 19, but it was in my library's YA section. But it is a fantasy surrounding sea dragons. Dragon fruit are sea dragons' eggs, like baby eggs. They're called dragon fruit. And I am very excited. I'm not far into it at all. I'm only like 18 pages, but it's really good so far. My window is open, so there are some loud cars going by. I apologize. But yeah, this is my current physical read. I also have my notebook that I wrote my start readings in. So let's open that up and get into it. Okay, I'm gonna set this next to me. So the first book we have is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This was a 5-star read. Essentially, you have the main characters, Ava and Shane. They are adults for the majority of this novel. However, they are meeting again as adults, but they had met for 7 days in June when they were seniors in high school, and it was a very love-filled, drug-filled week, and now they're meeting as sober adults. It is a romance, and it is so good. It is multiple point of view, but like third person. It's from Ava's point of view, Shane's point of view. There's also like a point of view from Ava's daughter. She has like a middle school aged daughter. Yes, it definitely has content warnings though. It talks about addiction and drug abuse and depression and all sorts of things. But it's just incredible. I am 100% reading more from this author. It's so good. I love anything that's like dual timeline or flashbacks, and this has like flashbacks to when they were seniors in high school and flashbacks to like Ava when she was even, well no, I guess it was then. I was gonna say when she was even younger, but it does talk about like her ancestors a lot, but it's so good. Okay. I need to not talk about books where it's too long, or else this video is gonna be so long. Okay, next is Where's Leaving Girls Lie by Farida Abike Iyamide. This is a YA mystery thriller. It just came out this year. I actually got to meet the author, and this book is signed. Okay. Yes, I got to meet this author and Angeline Bowley, which was so cool. She's the author of Firekeeper's Daughter and Warrior Girl on Earth. Love, love, love. It was so cool to meet them both at once. But yes, this was a 4-star read. So the author's Dubé novel was Ace of Spades, which was a 5-star read for me. But reading this, I think I've just kind of grown out of like the school settings. So essentially, let me just read. It's like a kid stumbling into a dark room, searching for the switch to make things bright again. It basically is like private school, trying to solve a missing, like a high schooler trying to solve a missing persons case. And that missing person is her roommate that she just met. But it was really good. I loved the characters. In my opinion, the characters were the strongest thing in this book. Like immediately after I read it, I was like, but I don't want to say bye. I have a bunch of like cool prints that I got from this book. Oh, I should have grabbed those. I have like a big character print with all the characters in it. But yes, the characters in this were incredible. It has Morse code in it. So the cover actually has, you might not be able to see it, Morse code printed onto it. And there's Morse code and anagrams. Also, just like, this is so cool. It just says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But yeah, this was a 4-star read, but it was so good. Next. We have Thirsty by Jazz Hammonds. This is an ARC, but I read it after it was published. I got it from a little online friend. So these are all of their bookmarks, all of her bookmarks. And yeah, I am going to not keep this. I'm keeping the other two. I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to pass it on, probably in a free library. I think this is an amazing book for a very specific person. Their Dubé was We Deserve Monuments, and that was one of my all favorite books when I read it, and still is. I really want to reread it. It was a 5-star read. But this, I don't think I rated it just because the content, it is very much a book that the author wrote for themselves. And it's beautiful writing, beautiful in a way characters, but yeah, it just wasn't for me. So essentially the main character, Blake, is an 18-year-old the summer before college. She is trying to join a prestigious society at her college with her current girlfriend and her best friend. But these parties are very alcohol heavy. They're very peer pressure, and Blake is an alcoholic. So this is just a book about her dealing with her relationships with that and how to heal and how to go forward. Yeah. Next. We are halfway through after this one. This is I'll Have What He's Having by Adi Karam. This is an adult romance. Adult queer romance. This is the author of Darius the Great, but I haven't read Darius the Great. I got this as an ARC. It releases August 27th. There's a very loud car driving by, sorry. But so this one is very, very food heavy. It's very wine heavy, and even though I am 21, I'm not a huge drinker, so a lot of it just kind of like went right over my head. One of the characters is like a wine connoisseur. I don't know what that word is. It's like the entire book is him getting prepared to take this big wine test. It is dual point of view, but I do really like the like little cityscape at the beginning of every chapter. But it was like an average read for me. It is very heavy on the wine and the food, so because that wasn't really something that I was interested in, again, it kind of just went over my head. I was like, okay, I like the characters though. I will be reading more from this author. I have seen a lot of reviews, so this is pretty different from Darius the Great though, so keep that in mind if you have read Darius the Great before. Okay, we're halfway through. On to my next read. I'm gonna tap more because I haven't tapped that much. This is A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. Oh, I forgot to look up their pronouns, but I do know that they're queer. Okay, I ran out of storage and I had to go delete a bunch of things and come back. Anyways, I don't remember their pronouns, so I'm just gonna use they, them. I apologize, but this is a YA new adult fantasy. It is massive. It is over 500 pages, just over 500, I think. 495 pages. And I just didn't like it. I rated it 2.5 stars. I felt really bad because this is one of my online friends' like favorite books, and she had recommended it a whole bunch to me. But yeah, I rated it 2.5 stars. I genuinely don't really remember that much, so if I ever wanted to read the sequel, I would have to like reread this, which I'm not doing. The world building just isn't great. It is 495 pages and it does not need to be that long. There are like 30-40 characters that you're introduced to for no reason. Like maybe they'll have a point later on in the book, but they are absolutely like not necessary to be in the first book. It was just way too much to meet them all, and took away from the plot, made the plot move very slowly. So yeah, it was not my favorite. I will not be continuing this series. Sad. Oops, wrong way. Next we have The Darkness Outside Us by Elliot Schaefer, and this is an incredible book. I rated it 4.75 stars. The only reason I didn't rate it 5 stars is because of the ending, I think. Honestly, it is a YA sci-fi. It's getting turned into a movie. Elliot Page is gonna like direct it. So cool. But this is a queer YA movie. Essentially, what are their names? Ambrose. Sorry, my fridge is gonna be loud now. Ambrose and Kodiak are on an airspace in ship in airspace. Okay, let's say there's 2 boys alone in space after the first settler on Titan trips her distress signal. Neither remaining country on Earth can afford to scramble a rescue of its own, and so 2 sworn enemies are installed in the same spaceship. Ambrose wakes up on the coordinated endeavor with no memory of a launch. There's more that doesn't add up. Evidence indicates strangers have been on board. The ship's operating system is voiced by his mother, and his handsome, brooding shipmate has barricaded himself away. So, sci-fi in space. I'm not a huge sci-fi gal. However, I read this in one day and I immediately texted my grandma about it. Like, I needed to talk to someone who didn't care if I spoiled it, and I told her the entire plot. It was so mind-blowing. I was like, I need to talk about this and I need to talk about it now. There's like, the setup is really cool because it tells all of this stuff, like Saturn's moon Titan is the nearest celestial body. It talks about like a little intro, and then this is like, am I alive? Are you? Like all broken out pages, and then there's like a short little thing about like a flashback, and then it starts, and it's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. Okay. Next we have Infinity Alchemist by Kaysen Callender. Hold your horses. Okay. The little author's spiel uses they them pronouns. That is not what I thought the author used, but I will use what the little author's thing used. So, Infinity Alchemist, this is a YA new adult fantasy, queer fantasy. It has a poly romance, which I love reading about, and it's just not included in other books. I rated this a 3 stars. It had really strong characters in my opinion, but the plot and world building went over my head a little bit. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it definitely is like a high fantasy, and that's not my kind of deal all the time. I'm just not in the mood for it all the time. But the cover is freaking gorgeous. I know like the lighting isn't great, but it's got like the main character behind these alchemist symbols doing magic, and even better, okay, look at this art in the front. These are the 3 main characters, and again, I know you can't see it well, but this art is just incredible. It's so pretty. So the main character's name is Ash. He is a trans man, and then there's Ramsey, who is gender fluid. This is Ramsey, and then I don't even know what the 3rd character's name is in the... I don't see it, and I don't remember it. But, and then we have the 3rd character. Yeah. Really good, really good. I just said that, but I rated it 3.5 stars. I just mean that Kacen Callender is an amazing author. Stars in Your Eyes is one of my favorite books. And yeah, I have been making my way through their like a backlist, which is super fun. I need to tap more. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. I just really like books. Last one. And then you can go sleep. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm soft speaking. It feels really late, and I feel weird talking to myself in my apartment. Okay, we have Counting Down with You by Tashi Boyan. I don't know, I'm sorry. I love this book so much. I love Tashi's writing so much. So this is a YA romance. I think it's a fake dating. Yes, it's a fake dating. Is it multiple point of view? I think it's just single point of view. But this is about Karina and what is his name? Ace. It's a Bangladeshi author and a Bangladeshi main character. And I just love it. 5 stars. I also read Stay With My Heart by this author. There's just like something in her writing. I don't know what it is, but like reading her books is just like chef's kiss. Like, I just love every single one of them, and I do not usually feel that way about YA authors. Like, since I've become an adult, YA has been kind of like it's like mid, but I don't usually freak out about it. But this, I'm freaking out. It's just so good. It's so good. But yeah, I bought this book on Third Books. It's a website online where you can buy used books. I highly recommend them. That's everything. We have. Oh wait, what if I do this for the I don't know if I can lift all of these books sitting down. What's that called? You know what I'm doing. I don't know what it's called. Okay. Let's set those down. Okay. It's safe. So yeah, that was the video. I love talking about books, so let me know if you like listening to me talk about books. Zay's video also made me think I wanted to make a little announcement on here. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but St. Martin's Press, if you're into books, St. Martin's Press is on a boycott is under a boycott right now. I know it is not very heavy on YouTube as it is that I've seen on Instagram, but it is a boycott for Palestine. It's like indirectly related to that, but about more. If you want to learn more, I will link the website of Readers for Accountability below in the description. That's where you can find more information about like why the boycott is happening, all of the imprints that are under the boycott. It is a marketing boycott, so you can still buy books under St. Martin's Press. You just aren't supposed to talk about them, review them, post them online, anything like that. So yes, I hope you had a fun time listening to me talk about the things that I love.